Welcome to Triguma Academy. I am Saket Mishra. I hope all of you are good. Today we will discuss the next module or under the GRC of the ServiceNow. So today we will discuss what is policy and compliance management in ServiceNow and what is the role of the policy and compliance management in ServiceNow. How that module will improve the business strategy and improve the ongoing business in terms of the GRC in ServiceNow. So please keep watching till the end. So let's start. As you can see in our first slide, the introduction of policy and compliance management in ServiceNow, right? So this is about myself. My name is Saket Mishra. I have a 6+ year of experience in the same software industry in information technology. I am working as a ServiceNow manager and a solution architect. I have implemented more than 10 plus applications of the various modules of the ServiceNow like HRST, GRC, CSM, ITSM, and all. Okay, let's start. What is the agenda? So today we will discuss what is the policy and compliance management in ServiceNow GRC, overview of the policy and compliance management, in which we also discuss the what plugins we are using, what are the benefits of the policy and compliance management, how that will impact our ongoing business, and I mean lot of things related to the policy management we will discuss under these 2 points in terms of the policy and compliance management. Okay, let's start. So first we would like to know what is the policy and compliance management in ServiceNow GRC. Hope you already seen my previous video in the GRC term, but again I would like to share some previous knowledge as well. GRC stands for the governance, risk and compliance. Under the GRC module we have one application that two different applications we can say, that is the policy management and the compliance management. Both are different, but both are interdependent. So in this video we will discuss what the policy, how we are creating the policies, and what are the importance of the policies in term of the GRC. So here I mentioned the definition of the policy and compliance management. So as you can see, the ServiceNow policy and compliance management product provide a centralized process for creating and managing policies, standards, and internal control procedure that are cross mapped to external regulation and best practices. Additionally, the application provides structured workflow for the identification, assessment, and the continuous monitoring of control activities. In a simple term, we can say policy management is provide the centralized process for managing all over the policies which are applicable to different entities of the organization. So on the basis of the different entities we can centralize, and on the single platform we can handle the policies and the compliances both on the single platform. So it centralizes the process, and we can also apply some control and exception or whatever that we will discuss in the detail in upcoming video. But this is the main definition of the policy in terms of the policy and the compliance management. And the second simple, you can say the policy and compliance, in short we are saying the PC. Practice focuses on the understanding and meeting external legal and regulatory requirement while driving internal security standard to ensure compliance in a way that the aligned with the business purpose of the organization. In a simple way, the policy and compliance belong to the legal things, so that we can centralize and compare our security standard as per the rules and regulations and align with the business to the organization. Okay, so this is all about the policy and compliance management. These are the few things you can see on the ServiceNow documented side, where you can find this similar type of links, like we can explore the governance, risk and compliance. We can configure, how we can configure, and what are the checklist of the configuration. That definitely we will discuss separately. We will take a separate session, I mean the demonstration session, in which we will discuss how can we configure and develop the GRC workflow. Administration, how the we are using the practical use cases, build, manage, and we can also integrate the ServiceNow GRC to a third party application or the control hub as well, the compliance and analytics and reporting. Okay, on the basis of that we can find out the what policies are applicable to for that. And I'm also pasting some screenshot of my personal dashboard which I have created, that will be helpful to understand how the GRC dashboard and analytics and reporting will be help the users or management to understand, to control the activities of the any organization of the policies in terms of policies. So, how to activate policy and compliance management in ServiceNow GRC? In policy and compliance management, there is separate subscription and a plugin available. That plugin you can search via this name, the com.sn underscore compliances. This is the plugin, so we can install as per our requirement. For the demonstration purpose, you just go to the your personal development instance and install this plugin, so that you will get a live or demonstration availability to understand the compliance and policy management. Definitely I will give you the demonstration. This is a theoretical session, but definitely we are planning for the demonstration session for each and every module of the GRC, like a policy, compliance, risk, audit, vendor management. Each and everything we will cover in our series. So please have patience and keep watching us. So with ServiceNow, how GRC we can help is, okay, I mean, in the GRC we can identify the risk, we can improve the business resilience, boost the productivity, improve the strategic planning and decision making. Identify risk means in the real time, by configuring the real time business and IT service performance, we can find out what are the major risks if we are performing such type of activity, so that before anything went wrong, we can identify the risk, and we are prepared according to the, we can take a prior step to resolve that issue. We are, if there we are aware before anything happen, then definitely it will improve the business resilience and boost the productivity of any organization. So these are the basic things. So definitely while you will go to the documentation website of the ServiceNow, and definitely these things will be available to you, but this is for just reference how the GRC will impact our ongoing business. What are the, what are the advantage and benefits in terms of the policy and compliance management? It definitely, if the policies are applicable very smoothly for all over the entities, then definitely it will reduce the risk, leverage the automated, easily test and maintain the compliances. Okay, so these are the few things. First, I would like to share a one practical scenario here. The policy management, you can think like this: there is a one organization ABC, right? That organization is working globally, I mean all over the world. That organization is operating 120 countries. Every country has their own policies, own government rules, own legal structure. So how can we manage this? Then the policy management and GRC come in the field. Okay, so that's why we can, as we discussed, that is a centralized process where we can handle the policies and compliances in a centralized process in a one platform. So these are the this is the overview of the policy and compliance management. We can centralize the following activities, like establish the control and control owners. We can, when we will discuss in details in the demonstration, we will discuss what is control and who is the control owner and what is the role of the controls in GRC. Definitely the control and control owner, for now you can understand, it provides the control access, like similar, like in every organization there is a boss. So we can consider as a control, who is a boss, who is controlling the some such functionality or such policies or compliances. Define the control test and expected result, establish the test and control frequencies, identify the risk, prepare the attestation, map authority and sources to policy, procedure, control and risk. Okay, and policy and compliances for the management user, it is a key function of the good governance involved in the establishment of a strong organization structure, like board of director, IT steering committee. So all of the high level management can consider, see their performance in a single platform, on a single login on their dashboard. So this is the GRC, how the GRC will impact. This is the simple diagram which will help you to understand what is the exact role of the policy and compliance management. See, in the GRC we have a policy and compliance management. In the policy, we have a risk management. In GRC we are a GRC audit management, security operations like a vulnerability response, security incident response. So the second level of the defense, risk and compliances. So in this policy structure and the standard regulation, you can understand the exact how the policy and compliance management is important for us. So here I have just providing you some dashboard access, I mean the dashboard visibility, which will help you to understand how we can controlling the compliance and policy management in terms of the respect. So on the centralized process, as we discussed what is the centralized process, in this through dashboard we can handle all type of activities, like this is the compliance management dashboard. right? You can discuss like authority document, the least complaint, like these are the few complaints which we receive. We can find out using the priority issues, compliance issues, non-compliant. So each and everything we can control in the single platform. Like we have a total 12 open pending task, overdue is 11. So similar like other dashboards, like policies, we can say we have these policies like environmental control management policy, change management policy, facility of management policy, remote access control policy, and what are the priority issues we are receiving in term of the policies. And least complaint, in which we receive the least complaints, is how the control assurance, as we discussed in our last slide, the how the controls is handling and help us to the organization to find out the for the applicable policies. So control assurance, indicator, attestation. So this is a basic platform, this is a basic dashboard where we can discuss. Now we will discuss what is the compliance management. First, we're documenting the requirement from external regulatory bodies such as the federal, state, local governments, the EU, or the other international bodies, the industry organization. As I have already given you example, we have a ABC company that has a global business over that is running in the 120 countries. So every country has a different regulatory body, different rules, different local government, and different standard law rules, right? So in that case, we are using the compliance manual. So we obtain the perspective of process owner operator regarding the operational compliances with those regulation and policies and via control business processes. Okay, we remediate a non-compliant business process if possible and document the inavailability to do so if needed. How do we evaluate the compliances? Okay, so these are the few things, the two method for the evaluation. This is the most important thing while you are going for the interview. uh, they will discuss what is the compliances, and definitely the attestation, indicator. These are the two things, I mean the two methods which will providing you to evaluate the compliance. Attestation means subjective, gather the perspective of the individual with direct knowledge of the business process in question. Indicator, objective, assign task to provide data from external source or queries, service not able to identify data to prove compliance. So these are the basic two methods, definitely we will discuss in details as well. How do we respond to non-compliances? This is very the normal process. ServiceNow automatically generate the issue for non-compliant control, from which accept or migrate can be managed. If to be accepted, a policy exception, and the policy exception is expected to be created. Exceptions means there are few policies which will not be applicable to the higher management, right? And those people are accepted from this policy. So that is a different, under the policy management is a policy exception, and if to be migrated, remediation are expected to be created. So these are the, at the resolution of the either the failed control must be revealed to prove compliance has been attained. And again, we are coming to the policy management. Policy management, policies are created, published, managed in the policy management, but are published as a knowledge article as well in the GRC knowledge base. Policy acknowledgement is the additional process that allow a campaign to be created wherein the relevant individual are notified of a policy change and asked to knowledge their understanding of it. This will be definitely a recurring basis whenever the policy is updated or republished. This is the basic life cycle. We will also discuss the policy life cycle in details. So what is the policy life cycle, what are the states? In the upcoming this video we will discuss that states as well under the policy management. So this is the actually the stating, you can say what is the how the policy management is going, creating, communicating, managing, and maintaining. So this slide will show you how the policy will go. First we are creating anything, communicating to the stakeholders, then stakeholders are reviewing, managing, after that we are maintaining. So this is the cycle. So this is the policy hierarchy, how the hierarchy is going on. For any organization, statutory body, board, and organization, there are a few form, register, guidelines, manual, handbook, supporting documents, then procedures, then policies, then board charter, company constitution, and legislation. Like a similar, if you gone through any local organization, like any country is running through the constitution body, like a constitutional way to run any country. Like similar, there are some policies which help to organization to run this organization in a smooth way. So this is the hierarchy of the policy management. This is the policy framework, policy development and review cycle, how the policy is going on. See, identify the policy need. Why, before creating any policy, we need to know why we need this policy. Suppose that anyone is going to the organization, then they will give you the like induction program where they will discuss the posh policy. In India, I am talking about in term of India, every organization has a posh policy. Posh policy, why it is needed? To protect the female employees. This is the requirement. So before creating any policy, first we need to identify why policy is needed. Then the next step is policy needed and process review. We need to review this process. Preliminary stakeholder consultation. We need to consult with the stakeholders who will help us to what is the needed. Then we drafted the policy. Then we again go to the stakeholders and review with the stakeholders. If stakeholder any provided the revision, then we will update according to that. Review by the deliberative body. Deliberative body means who is going to be deliver. Then it will go to the approval state for the management or the consult for policy owner, or the coordination and review with the secretariat level on the top level. Then communication and implementation. After that, we are planning who will be impacted after this policy and communicate to those employees or those audience. And the evaluation and again review, then publish. So this is the overall policy life cycle framework, how the policy life cycle framework is work. Okay, so in ServiceNow, this is the state. These are the state of the policy. Like first policy under the draft stage, we are categorizing. Suppose that we have a different policies for different platform. Categorize means we have a few policies under the HR, we have few policies under the finance department, we have a few policies under the IT department. So we can categorize. Receive feedback. We are taking the feedback against the policies. After that, it will go to the management or whoever the approved person. Then that concerned person will approve. Then we will publish. Or the periodic review, we can also send to the periodic review or revise or replace. So these are the few states which will help to the final policy management. So this is all about the policy and compliance management. Hope you enjoy this video. In this we have covered the theoretical things. For initial 4-5 videos we will trying to understand the theoretical concept of the policy, compliance, audit, risk, and every module of the GRC. After that we will go to the demonstration as well. So please watching, thank you so much for watching the video, and please subscribe our channel. We will definitely keep you updated, and hope you enjoy the video.